Dear folks, today we are going to see Shiva Sutra 17th technique. What he says is this is so simple. Unminding. Unminding mind. Dear folks, Shiva Sutra 17 says, unminding mind, keep in the middle till. This sutra said by Shiva, it looks so simple, it is scientific, just like a formula. Keep in the middle, it means follow the middle path. This is what Buddha's philosophy is all about. Keep and follow the middle path. Don't go to the extreme. Once Prince Shravan, he is a king, he is a prince. This prince is a very powerful prince. He spends most of the time in wine and women. He lives so luxurious life. And one day, Lord Buddha comes to this kingdom. So Shravan wants to meet Buddha. So he met Buddha. Immediately he fell on the feet of Buddha and asked Buddha, please, I surrender myself. I want to leave the world. Please take me as your student, as your disciple. And Buddha says, okay. And he initiated Shravan, the prince. The whole kingdom was shocked. How come it is possible? A prince of a prince is a fun-loving person, always with wine and women. And how come he suddenly has changed himself to be a disciple? So Buddha was people were shocked, kingdom was shocked, Shravan's family were shocked. But Buddha told them, it is nothing surprise about it. People who know about the mind can easily understand. He was living in the extreme end. Now he is coming to another extreme end. Once he was crazy after money, power, women, wine. Now he is completely against all these things. So anybody who understands the movement of mind, they will never get surprised. Generally we see in our day-to-day life, one fellow always fighting and shouting and being angry. Suddenly he changes himself to be very quiet and normal person. Once again he goes to the same character. This we find in our day-to-day life. Because there is nothing surprise in it, but generally we get surprised. Why is it so? See, people who are crazy after money, madness after money, suddenly one day you find they just give away everything and they renounce and they go in for an isolation, a separate place. Only if you are crazy about, or when you are for something, you can go against it. This is the simple methodology of our mind. See, in a clock you take a pendulum, it goes to the extreme left. Then suddenly it gains energy and power to come to the extreme right. After coming to the extreme right, it gathers momentum to go into extreme left. It can never stand in the middle. If it stands in the middle, then the movement of clock is not possible. So when the mind is in the middle, what happens? The mind dies. When the mind dies, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. When the pure love is there, when you follow the middle path, when you do certain techniques, you can go into the middle path. So Shravan was a prince. He followed Buddha and he immediately removed all his dresses. He is the only disciple of Buddha who was not wearing dress. He is considered to be a naked disciple of Buddha. So He became a Bhikkhu. Bhikkhu means a disciple of Buddha. He followed wherever Buddha went. He was not wearing dress. And Buddha allowed his disciples to have one meal per day. But here, Shravan used to have one meal on alternative days. When every disciple used to meditate under the tree, he used to meditate under the sun. So he became so lean, so dark. He had such a lovely body, but suddenly everything has changed. So one day Buddha came to him one night and he told, Shravan, you were a king once. You are a good artisan. You used to play veena or guitar, veena, sitar you can say. So how does sitar function when the strings are loose? Is it possible to get the music out of it? And Shravan says, no, it is not possible. When the strings are loose, it is not possible to get the music. Then Buddha says, okay, let us tighten it very tight. Is it possible to get the music out of it? No. Shravan says, no, it is not possible. When the strings are too tight, it is not possible to get the music. When the strings are too loose, it is not possible to get the music. How is it possible then to get the music? Only the master knows the middle path. Once the strings are in a middle state, then the music comes. It is possible only when a person masters how to use sitar. Then Buddha says, see now what condition you are. You are in an extreme. Once you are so powerful, now what happens? You have renounced everything and you are in a state of losing your body. So go be in the middle path. Don't go to the extremes. So this is the philosophy what Buddha says, and it seems quite easy to understand and easy to apprehend, but to follow it's quite a technique is needed. See, Buddha, when he left his wife Yasoda, 12 years after that Buddha comes to see his wife. Ananda, one disciple, used to be with Buddha for all the time. So Ananda and Buddha and his disciples were coming back to the kingdom. So all the people in the kingdom were rejoicing themselves and they were giving a warm reception for Buddha. Buddha comes, he was about to enter the palace. Anandan, his disciple, chief disciple, he is the first cousin of Buddha. When he tried to follow, Buddha said, no, don't come, let me go and meet my Yasoda. After 12 years I am coming, I don't know what she says. At least this time, let us see what she says. So he enters, Yasoda comes, she became like a volcano. She cried, shouted, cursed, whatnot. She was yelling at Buddha because one fine day he left Yasoda and son and he went away. After 12 years he is coming. Buddha understood and he said, 12 years I thought you might have changed. No, still you love me, I can understand. But I want to tell you something more than why I left and what I have gained and the message I want to give you. If you are being silent, I can tell you. And Yasoda kept quiet. Buddha in his silence, he was telling, but Yasoda was not able to understand because earlier their love was based on mind. But here Buddha's love is beyond love, one other love, beyond mind's love. This love is something, a love which you get from Lord Krishna or Jesus Christ or whatever the way you can say. Somebody without any expectation, something like a godliness, something like a bliss. So what Buddha's love, she was not able to understand this love. The love which comes from the center part of in the middle path. Husband and wife, if it is a mind-based love, what happens? Morning they fight, evening they join together. Once again, morning they fight, evening they join together. So this is the basic calculation or philosophy in mind-based love. It is like pendulum. It goes and it goes to the extreme. Unless you fight, you cannot love. That's what Freudian as Western philosopher has said. If you don't fight, you cannot love. If you cannot love, you cannot hate. if it is mind based. So this is what we find in everyday life, in every household. Wherever you find some fights may go in for years together, but still they love. Only if you have fight you can love. So when you want to fight, fight to the extreme. When you have mind based love, if you want your mind based love to continue, fight to the extreme. And when you want to love, love to the extreme. Suppose if you find any couples who are not fighting to each other, then it is purely they're not together. They are like a parallel lines, not meeting at each other. If there is no love, there is no hate. If there is no hate, there is no love. So this simple philosophy looks so simple, but in our day to day life it is very extreme, very important. People sometimes go for drinking, go for smoking, try to be angry, and suddenly they want to say, never I am going to do. They do go to the extreme of one thing and they want to go to the extreme of another thing. Once they go to the extreme of another thing, they will come back to once again to the same position. They are angry and suddenly they have the repentance. I shouldn't be angry. I never should be angry. Once again they go to the same position. They get angry and once again the repentance happens and they come back. So my dear friends, love in the middle path of the mind. Here it says, unminding mind, keep the mind in the middle until. So unminding mind means what? Minding, it is a verb. Unminding mind, don't bother about the mind. Then what it says? Keep the middle. Don't bother about the mind, keep the middle until. This is what he says. Now my dear friends, close your eyes. Let us say some few lines. Let us not go to the extremes. Let us follow the middle path. Today in Shiva Sutras 17, what I have understood is, never I should go to the extreme. Even this looks like, if I say like this, never going to the extreme, it says it's like you are going to another extreme. So, dear friends, let us follow the middle path. The mind, which doesn't have any extreme ends, where whenever you are walking, talking, sleeping, interacting with the people, thinking, studying, or when you are getting angry and when you are caught in emotions, be in the middle. To be in the middle is the method where you won't get carried away, where you won't get any negative feelings at all, because being in the middle doesn't have extremes. You go to the extreme left, you have to go to the extreme right. But when you are in the middle, it is not necessary at all to go to the extreme. Being in the middle, the mind dies. Once the mind dies, there comes a love which doesn't have any opposites. This love doesn't bring hate. This love doesn't bring any fight. Being in the middle, this love doesn't bring any disappointment, anger. This love doesn't bring any loneliness. This love can only give. This love can only make others feel happy. This middle path love, you will be a giver. This middle path love doesn't have any lust in that. So be in the middle path. Don't go to the extreme. நண்பர்களே, சிவசூத்ரா 17வது சொல்லுகிறது, அன்மைண்டிங் மைண்ட் கீப் மைண்ட் இன் சென்டர் அன்டில், அதாவது மனது ஒரே அடியாக ஒரு இடத்திலே சென்று விடுகிறது. கோபம் அடைந்தால் ஒரே அடியாக கோபம் அடைகிறாய். அங்கே போய் என்ன நினைக்கிறாய்? மனம் வருந்தி இனிமேல் நான் கோபப்பட மாட்டேன் என்று அதனுடைய எல்லைக்கு போகிறாய். கோபமே படமாட்டேன் என்று அங்கே சென்று விட்டு மறுபடியும் கோபம் அடைந்து கொள்கிறாய். ஸோ மனது என்பது ஒரு திசையிலிருந்து, ஒரு கோடியிலிருந்து அடுத்த கோடிக்கு போகக்கூடிய ஆற்றல் உள்ளது. மிகவும் கோபமாக இருந்தினால் மிகவும் சாந்தமாக உருவெடுப்பாய், மறுபடியும் மிகவும் கோபக்காரனாக ஆகிவிடுவாய். ஸோ நடுநிலையோடு இல்லாமல் எப்பொழுதும் நீ ஒரு கடைசியிலிருந்து இன்னொரு கடைசிக்கு சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிறாய். சிவசூத்ராவிலே 14வது பக்கத்தில் சிவன் சொல்கிறார், மனதை பற்றி, மூளையை பற்றி, மனதை பற்றி கவலைப்படாமல் அது நடுநிலைக்கு கொண்டு வா என்று சொல்கிறார். பணம் பணம் என்று பைத்தியக்காரனாக இருப்பான் பணத்திற்கு பின்னாடி. திடீரென்று பணத்தின் மேல் ஒரு வெறுப்பு உண்டாகிவிடும். பணத்தை பற்றியே நினைக்க மாட்டான். இதில் ஆச்சரியப்படுவதற்கு ஒன்றுமில்லை. முதல் பணத்தின் மேல் வெறியாக இருந்தான், இப்பொழுது பணத்திற்கு எதிராக எதிரியாக இருக்கிறான். பெண்கள் பெண்கள் என்று சதா காலமும் வெறித்தனமாக இருப்பார்கள். திடீரென்று பெண்களையே வெறுக்க ஆரம்பிப்பார்கள். பிரம்மச்சாரியாக ஆகிவிடுவார்கள். இல்லாவிட்டால் காட்டுக்கு தவம் செய்ய சென்று விடுவார்கள். ஆனால் அந்த வெறித்தனம் இருந்து கொண்டே இருக்கிறது. ஆபரணங்கள் மேல் வெறித்தனம், துணிகள் மேல் வெறித்தனம். திடீரென்று அந்த வெறித்தனம் மறைந்து விடுகிறது, மறுபடியும் அந்த வெறித்தனம் வந்து விடுகிறது. ஆக அந்த வெறித்தனம் என்பது இருந்து கொண்டே இருக்கும். நாம் இதற்கு சிவசூத்ராவில் சொல்லக்கூடிய தத்துவம் என்னென்றால், மனதை நடுநிலைக்கு கொண்டு வா. ஒரு எல்லை கடைகோட்டுக்கு செல்லாதே, நடுநிலையுடன் எல்லாவற்றும் பார். கணவன் மனைவி சண்டையிட்டுக் கொள்கிறார்கள். காலையிலே சண்டையிடுவார்கள், மாலையிலே சேர்ந்து கொள்வார்கள். மாலையில் மறுபடியும் காலையில் சண்டையிடுவார்கள், மாலையில் சேர்ந்து கொள்வார்கள். சண்டையிட்டால் தான் அவர்களுக்கு காதல் வரும், காதல் வந்தால் தான் அவர்களுக்கு சண்டையிடுவார்கள். ஸோ இது ஒரு சாதாரண எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம். இது மனது நிச்சயிக்கப்பட்ட திருமணங்கள், இந்த காதல் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட திருமணங்கள், இவைகளுக்கெல்லாம் இப்பொழுது இப்படியாக இருக்கிறது. ஆனால் உண்மையான நடுநிலையுடன் மனதை நடுநிலையில் வைத்து காதல் செய்யும் பொழுது அந்த காதலிலே காமம் இருக்கிறது. அந்த காதலிலே மற்றவர்களுக்கு என்ன செய்ய வேண்டும் என்கிற நினைப்பு மட்டுமே வரும். நீ கொடுப்பவனாக மாறிவிடுவாய், எடுப்பவனாக இருக்க மாட்டாய். மற்றவர்களை ஒரு பொருளாக பார்க்க மாட்டாய், மற்றவர்களை நீ மனிதனாக பார்ப்பாய். ஸோ இந்த தத்துவம், அன்மைண்டிங் மைண்ட் கீப் இட் இன் சென்டர் until என்று Lord Shiva's 17th philosophy says, always follow the middle path, never go to the extremes in all your activities, in all your actions, in all your words, in all your behaviors. In the middle there is no expectations. In the middle, you are not carried away by any emotions. In the middle, it is always positive. There is no negative at all. Only when you are going in for extreme, you experience the opposites. But when you are in the middle, you are never ever going to experience any opposite reactions, because there is no extremes in the middle. Follow the middle path and be successful. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you very much. And I just ask few words. What you understand about this philosophy first? Just 1 minute each. 1 minute each. What do you understand? It is not a meditation. It is something like a scientific explanation. What do you understand by this? Just 1 minute each.
Keep in mind in middle until don't go to extreme level, don't want anything and low level. Keep in mind middle level, the life is going normally.
The mind should not go to extreme level like pendulum this end to that end. The mind should keep on constant at the middle level so that the life goes easily.
If we concentrate our mind in middle, our life will be peaceful.
Traveling in a middle path, we can lead our life in a balanced way.
I learned that we have to always in middle, not too much excited to see anything, not too much very sad, go very sad. Keep always in middle or be normal always. Try to maintain your body language in middle, your mind in middle. That's
I learned that we should concentrate about middle part. We should not go about the beyond extreme, like too much angry and too much happy. It may make sometimes disorder. So we should concentrate in middle part.
Everything is extreme or low is bad for us. So I would like to go with middle.
Unminding mind, keep in the middle until we should keep our mind in the middle. In any situation, we should not go to the extreme end of our mind. Being in the middle, we can prosper in our life.
We do work or activity or anything should keep on mind in middle means without going extreme level means we can live in peaceful.
In this philosophy, I have understood we should not go extreme level. If you go extreme level, you can't run the life easily. So if you are in the middle, if you are in the middle level, you are in the middle mind, so you can run the life with peaceful, and also you should not get more elation. Whenever if you're so happy, and whenever you are so sad, you should not go in the extreme level. Keep in the middle mind. Thanks.
I experienced while keeping my mind in middle, the peace and it's an internal happiness for me. That's all.